Welcome back to the Make a Baby podcast. I'm Carolina Sotomayor, your podcast host and fertility Reiki womb healer. So, this episode is what I actually do as a fertility Reiki womb healer. The simple term is I help you have babies, but I also help you become the best version of yourself. So, a lot of women who come through my programs, they're like, yo, I had no idea we were going to do this shit that we did. I didn't know that I was going to make more money. I didn't know that I was going to become the happiest version of myself. I had no idea I was going to find my voice. I had no idea I was going to heal my mother relationship, my father relationship. I didn't know that sex could get this good. That's what happens when you heal your womb. Not going to lie, it's hard work. The most meaningful and worthwhile work you can do for yourself, on yourself, and for your life, for your lineage. When you do womb work, you're changing your entire family tree. You're changing on a cellular level the vibration in which your children are going to be conceived in. You're changing the vibration of your tissues. You're changing core beliefs that once were inherited and limited to limitless into what you as an adult believe in, not the encoded, passed down, indoctrinated beliefs that are limiting and keep you entrapped and keep you closed off from your success, closed off from living for yourself. What you gain from womb healing is sovereignty, autonomy, free will. You become the best, unbothered, unburdened version of yourself. So let's talk about what it actually does for your fertility. It makes you feel safe. It makes you feel naturally worthy by existing. It makes you feel like you belong in every room that you go in. You're less triggered. You're less reactive. You're more grounded. You move differently. You make different decisions. I know this because I'm on the other side. I'm living it. It doesn't mean you stop healing. It just means that you come home to yourself. And when you come into the spiritual realm, into the healing industry, when you come into start to work with your womb, they call it remembrance. They call it restoring. When they say remembering of your womb, it means the versions of you that were always there, but were not allowed to come out because you were taught and conditioned to diminish yourself, to be quiet, to not shine so brightly, to shudder, or to be less than because it caused less conflict and it was more convenient for other people if you were less than. You heal your womb. There is no more less than. You just are. And it's okay. And in my opinion, the babies that are coming into this world need women who are willing to do this work. And I find a direct correlation of women who come to me that are struggling with infertility. They are in direct line and pathway of their spiritual awakening, if not already in it. I find if you're suffering from infertility, you are on the path to discovering who you are and discovering the mother that your baby needs you to become. And there are sometimes changes within ourselves that we need to make so we can discover parts of ourselves that that baby knows that is there that we need to become. So how does it actually work? So with me in particular, I use several different modalities within my practice, within my healing and coaching containers. I use Reiki, I use Reiki meditations, I use chakra work, I use spirit baby communication, I use mindset work, subconscious reprogramming. I can remove entities, I can remove attachments. We can also work with past lives, the Akashic records. I am a nerd, I'm a geek, and I love to study. In human design, I am a self-projected 3/5 profile projector. So what that means is I can see patterns. I can see the big picture that other people cannot. So when you have me in your pocket and you hire me as your womb healer, I can see the big picture. I can see most of the time we can see what changes we need to make. What are spirit baby wanting in your womb? If you've lost babies, then we can channel and ask them, is there like, what messages do you have for her fertility? What messages do you have for us? What soul contracts do we need to look at? Are there anything karmically that we need to learn about healing any ancestral wounds? Is there any messages from our ancestors? What was passed down in our womb and imprinted that we need to look at that could be blocking us? So for me is I look at your blockages. Help you identify what is blocking you from conceiving. I also look at what is your vision for your motherhood? What is your vision for the next 6 to 12 months that we're going to be working together? Where are you looking to improve? Are you wanting a career change or promotion? Are you wanting an emergency fund? Are you wanting a different home? Are you looking to move? All of these kind of things of like, okay, we want to get pregnant and then what? And what more? What do you want to feel? What do you want to be living at? What is your life looking at? Casting the vision of your next reality, because that's what womb healing is going to get you. Because when we do this womb healing, there's another thing that happens. You become convicted in your dreams. And when you are convicted of your dreams, you have conviction. That is what is the magic sauce of manifestation. I learned this last week from my mentor, is like the people who have the most success, like in, if you look online or you hear like people who have like these big dreams, or even think about Olympians, since the Olympics are going on right now, is they make this the choice to be the same person every single day until they have achieved what they're after. They are choosing every day to be the person that has the thing, even if they don't have it yet, because that's how you leap. And they believe 100% without a shadow of a doubt they're going to achieve that. So for us, what is our vision for motherhood? 100%, 6 months from now, I'm going to be pregnant and I'm going to be doing da 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 da. What is the dream? And what are we feeling? Because it's the feeling, it's the essence of the feeling, the sensations around the feelings that causes us to move forward, causes us to quantum leap. That is the difference. And when we feel it so deeply, it also keeps us from unwavering. So when my mentor is like, you tell the universe over and over and over and over again, that's what we want. And our mind is captivated by it, we get there faster. But when we start to doubt ourselves, or we have a spiral, or we fall off, or like, no, that's not going to happen, or imposter syndrome or self-doubt comes in and starts to corrupt us or take advantage of our brains and our third eye, that's telling the universe, no, I'm unsure. I changed my mind. I don't want that anymore. And then we have to double back to make the progress we were doing before. So I learned, I was like, whoa. So every day we have to choose to be the person that casts the vision, and that's how we get there. But as we are healing, we discover more and more parts of ourselves, that of stories and core beliefs that we didn't know we were telling ourselves that are holding us back. So for me, is what we do is we identify our blockages. We identify, when was the first time you felt that negative kind of way? What is the core belief behind that? Or is your body, and are you willing to let that go? Are you willing to rewrite that core belief? What do we want to replace it with? And then where in your body is that residing? So we can heal that spot, heal it with Reiki so it doesn't reattach. We release that belief, we release that hurt, that trauma, and then your body's tissues become relieved and less burdened, because that trauma is no longer stored in your trauma, in your tissues. So that is how essentially it works. But consequently, the transformation comes from doing this tissue work with Reiki, this mindset work, and this subconscious work. So we're working together. And as we release these really heavy traumatic memories from your tissues, your womb becomes open and your vibration increases, and the feeling of safety becomes more normal and felt more often. So then it becomes your new baseline instead of fear or angst is your former baseline of feeling with your nervous system. So then we sprinkle in channeling and the spirit baby communication where we're like channeling baby and teaching you how to do Reiki on yourself. And we're teaching you how to channel and how a spirit baby talking to you directly so you can start to develop your own skills. And this is what it's like. This can be your life. It's so much fun. We have so much fun together. And your ability to learn how to receive, which is my favorite thing, because in order to conceive, you need to be able to receive. In order to receive, you need to feel safe. That is the thing. And when you feel safe, everything becomes better. You operate differently. You're able to speak differently. You even stand differently, but you heal differently. You heal faster. And it's so much fun because you discover new parts of yourself and healing can be fun. I do believe healing shouldn't be done alone. It should be done in community. And that's why I started the Make a Baby community. It's free. Come and join us. You can see it in the show notes on school. Tonight we had every Thursday we have a call, and tonight I was channeling. And I had a member that's been with me for years. And she's one of my favorite people. And we were having a conversation and just remembering she was talking about advocating for herself in her fertility process and decisions that she is making. And I said, do you realize like that is one of the cards that we pulled was stand your ground. I said, you're already doing that. You are embodying that. You are actively doing that. Your throat chakra is so open. I'm so proud of you. That is such great progress. For women who suffer with infertility, often their sacral plexus chakra, which is their womb, is closed, and so is their throat. They mirror each other because it's a direct energetic meridian line that travels from your throat to your womb, and they mirror each other. So if your womb's closed, most of the time your throat's closed. And it's like your throat's so wide open. And she goes, "Oh my God." I was like, "You've arrived. You fucking did it. I'm so proud of you." So this is evidence of like you may not be aware of how far you've come in your healing. And that's why it's always good to have a healer in your corner and a coach to say, "Hey, you're actually doing it. You've made it." So, as a healer with 111 Reiki babies, I can honestly say that healing is never done. We talked about that yesterday, that healing is not linear, but how we heal with Reiki and mediumship and connecting to our spirit babies alongside any fertility plan that you have is exactly what we need to be doing. Because you could do talk therapy, you can go to a million fertility psychics, but until you get to the root emotional cause behind why you're suffering with PCOS or irregular periods or bleeding for 40 days or having fibroids or endo, if we're not healing the emotional side of that, it's going to reoccur. There is proven studies between how if we don't have emotional regulation and we're releasing our emotions, they get stuck in our tissues. And if those emotions get stuck in our tissues, they can manifest in ailments and dis-ease because your tissues are not at ease. And so with Reiki, we're constantly I teach all of my clients in our programs how to do Reiki on themselves so that they have a tool in the doctor's office while you're going peeing in the office, or you're in a meeting, or you're driving home, or if you're on a walk, or you're at dinner, and you can give yourself Reiki at any point in time. You have a nervous system calming tool that will reduce your stress, proven every single time. It will not interfere with medication, will not interfere with your IVF drugs, that will not interfere with your spiritual beliefs, that will not interfere with anything that you're doing in your life. And you can turn it on and off anytime that you need it. And that is what's phenomenal about Reiki. And that's what I love. It's also using the life force energy that already exists within your body. We use Kundalini Reiki in my practice, which is the life force energy that already exists within you. It's phenomenal. So for me, Reiki also has gifted me the ability to regulate myself as a mom, as a person who has had childhood abuse, and had a lot of trauma in her life, just like many. Reiki has allowed me to pause and to give myself to be energetically clean so that as I'm working with people, their energy is not sticking to me, that I know that my energy is sovereign to me and that my free will is mine. Making sure that I'm energetically clean and I'm cutting cords every single day is absolutely necessary in my line of work, just as important as a shower. So I teach in every container. What's different about me is I don't need you to be with me for years. If you want to be in my space for years and you like my energy, you're welcome to stick around. That's what my free community is for, or my group programs, or one-on-one. I would love to have you. I've never been a fan of emotion code. So because you have to always go back to the practitioner. I don't find that ethical. So for me, it's really important to give people tools to be able to heal themselves because that's how you change the world. A person that knows how to release their emotions, regulate their nervous systems, regulate their emotions and their thoughts, and have autonomy and sovereignty to themselves makes for a better world. Makes for better households, makes for healthier relationships, makes better parents because people who are emotionally regulated have capacity, have the ability to pause. And that's how you become better listeners. And that's how you have the ability to hold space for others and have compassion. And that's how you love on one another and you can listen to the other person's needs and be able to be in service to them. And that's what I'm about. It's what I really want to focus on this year. That's what I want in my containers. And if you don't have that with your healer, let's talk. But as a womb healer, I'm helping you heal yourself. I'm holding space. I can channel, but you're doing the work. I'm like the shining light saying, oh, but what about over here? What about over here? What about this idea? And then we talk through it, but you have full control, full autonomy to decide what you want in your life and what we're going to heal next. So I collaborate and I heal with you. And I'm excited because the women that I work with and the women that I've helped heal, it's life changing. In contact with so many people. I just had a message from a client that lived in Arkansas and she was in her last embryo and her baby is now like 7 or 8 months old and her husband had cancer. She was on the podcast a while ago. And so when I hear from people and they're on the other side and they're postpartum with their babies, I'm obsessed, forever in love with each of the clients and their babies. I really believe that um, I really believe if you want to have a baby, I will help you try to have one. And you deserve to have that support. If you need support in also having medical care, I will support you there. If your babies are in petri dishes in the IVF lab and they need Reiki, we're going to send them Reiki to help them grow. If you're going in for retrieval, I'm going to send you Reiki so that your womb is extra supported. I think it is really important in this space, in this community, and that free will and your choice and your autonomy is so blatantly clear. Like that is my purpose, is to help you feel supported in whatever decisions that you make with your womb. So the work here is I hold space and I help you heal at your pace and on your terms for fertility, pregnancy, birth, and postpartum. My favorite type of client is when we are conceiving and then I serve you all the way through postpartum, through your birth. And where during your pregnancy, we are getting to know baby as they grow and we're getting to know their chakras while they're in utero. It's a really beautiful thing. Their personalities 100% of the time, the way that I describe them as in utero are the same way they are in postpartum. I think it's really important to take the time to get to know them. What kind of birth do they want? What kind of birth do they want into the world? Can they give any insights as to what is happening to them on the inside? So that's what I do. I channel. I help you see the things you cannot. I would love to invite you to our Misconceptions of Conception Masterclass on February 17th at 7 p.m. We have 15 souls, beautiful souls signed up, and would love to see you there. And if you come live, I'm giving you a free gift. And it's something I've never done before. The free gift part. I've been giving gifts before, but like this particular gift is so good. I'm so excited. So come hang out with me. You're invited. You, me. Let's be there together. Let's be square. So until next time, my friends, let the Reiki flow.